Hey everybody, this is Mike from MT Worlds here with the fourth video log for Interstellar Transport Company. In today's video I'll discuss everything that we've been working on for the past couple months leading up to our early access launch on August 16th. First up, I have to mention that how much more playable the game is. Maybe it goes without saying that in development you're not so concerned with how the game plays, but we've been working very hard on making the game more approachable and fun. A couple months ago it was difficult to get a game to last more than an hour without balance breaking down or AI just kind of going nutty. Now as you can see, we're well into the mid-game in this game that I'm playing here, and we're supplying lots of different colonies. You got Mars and Mercury, Europa's getting supplied, Ganymede just opened up. They're all getting supplied well, nothing's breaking, and it's still playable and very fun. So it's a really big step forward for us. It took many hours of work and play testing and tons of attention to detail. We had to create LODs for all the ships, so that's a big step forward for us. We had to work with the AI ship selection. That had to be completely reworked. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background here. I'm trying to record this here. It's kind of the middle of the day, so the AI ship selection had to be completely reworked. So they pick ships a lot more logically now. Before they didn't quite do that. Consumption and production balances had to be changed so that distant planets wouldn't starve before a first delivery could even reach it. That was a big problem. While probably not something that's obvious from the outside, this game would absolutely fall flat on its face on the 16th of August if we didn't get all this work done. So it's very important, and we're really proud of how it's coming along. So next, and much more apparent to you, the user, is the work we've done in player feedback in the user interface. I'll touch on this and all the things that have been added really quickly. First off, we created tooltips, so if I hover over anything in the interface, you can get some information on what they are, what the buttons do. So if we go into ships here, it'll tell you, different information on all the things, which is important, obviously. They didn't exist up till a few weeks ago. We finished adding building models. So if we go into Earth here, there's different building models now, so that was a really nice upgrade from what we had before, which is just boxes, placeholders. Also, if you go to if you go to build a building, you can actually get a little preview of what the building looks like. That's helpful. You can see their production consumption rates that they change. You can see them over here as well. So that gives you an idea of what you want to build before you spend the money on it, which wasn't there before. We'll continue to expand on this. Hopefully, add in predicted delivery prices soon. So over here you have the different cargoes, and it tells you exactly what helps their production, what increases consumption rates and everything else. So you can see if I look at like rare resources, they're produced by rare resources mine, and they're affected by availability and development, and they're consumed by machinery production. So that's the only thing that consumes them. So you have to have machinery factories, and that's how rare resources are consumed. So there's notifications now. Every time something happens in the game, it'll give you this little pop-up. It has some cool sounds associated with them. So that helps a lot to see what's going on. Also, when your ships are delivered, we added this launch immediately button so that as soon as the ship is done, it'll get launched. That's a big help. So we should just have to wait a couple days. We put this little information here. This shows you how many days until it's launched. So as soon as that reaches 0, it should There it goes. I'm not sure why that went negative. That's a bug. But, yeah, you saw the little pop-up here. So Neptune rocket has been delivered to Earth. It's launching immediately. And off it goes with its 10 units of water to Mercury. Now, you can see here we added, where the origin and destination are, how long till it gets there, if it's guarded, the disrepair percent. So we've really tried to go hard on player feedback. We've also added simple things like here, if you're trying to add a stop to a route and you're in planet view, hit add stop, it zooms you right out so you're not confused trying to click the planet. That really helps new players. So then you click Earth, and let's just do Mars. We just made some changes to this little panel down here, so it shows you these are a little larger, and you get some tooltips. And then also when you click them, you see the cargo type that you're editing, and then it's just a lot easier to see. So there's a lot of small UI updates that have really helped you see what's going on with your company. Oh man, this might be my favorite thing that I've done in the past month. So right here is our time controls, and so before it was just one button, and you had to click to go from speed 2 to speed 1. You literally had to click the button about 5 times. So this is a lot more intuitive, and people used to other simulation strategy games will be immediately familiar with this. Something else that was missing from the game was a tutorial. So we solved this and put 3 separate, completely optional tutorials in. They're not much, but they'll walk you through the basics of moving the camera around, setting up a route, buying ships, assigning them into routes, taking loans, buying surface buildings, and so on. Not much to say on this, but I recommend that everyone play through these when they first pick up the game. They're quick and painless, so yep, go ahead and do that. In addition to custom games and online multiplayer, casual, co-op, ranked games, we wanted to have a way for players to compete against each other in single-player games. This is what our predefined game mode is for. Everyone who plays these will start in the exact same starting conditions on their set difficulty. At the end of 10, 25, and 50 years, you'll get added to leaderboards, which will keep track of everyone's net worth at the end of the time period. This also gives everyone a really nice way to do some competitive play without actually competing directly against other players online. Well, that wraps up about everything I wanted to touch on today. Please be sure to wishlist the game, follow us on Twitter for daily updates, and help us spread the word by talking to all your friends who might be interested in this game. Thanks for everyone's support leading up to our launch in less than 2 weeks. Jeez. So please respond to any of our communication channels with questions or suggestions about the game. We'd love to hear from you guys. So, all right, see you in the game August 16th.